Okay, it says here the local government units that will comprise the Bangsa-Moro territory will determine through the plebiscite for the ratification of this basic law. I'm going to ask Manong Bono here because Article 10 of the local government speaks, first of all, that the territory and the political subdivision of the Republic of the Philippines are provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays. And then you have here, under Section 15, autonomous regions, there shall be an autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao consisting of provinces, cities, municipalities, and geographical areas sharing common and distinctive historical, cultural, heritage, economic, and social structures within, can you imagine the Constitution also is protecting itself within the framework of this Constitution? This is a surplusage actually, no? As well as the territorial integrity of the Republic. This is again another surplusage. This is already understood.
Correct.
But how come it says here the local government units that will comprise the Bangsa-Moro territory will be determined through the plebiscite for the ratification of this basic law?
Well, as I told you earlier, they have not read the Constitution. They are operating outside the Constitution. In this particular case, Father Bernas is correct in using the term extra-constitutional because it's beyond the Constitution.
Okay.
Now, I wonder why they should operate within that framework when it is definitely unconstitutional and illegal.
Okay. Next question. A question here from the OPAP, which the OPAP answers. The draft basic law provides that the Bangsa-Moro government will have a parliamentary form of government. Is this consistent with a democratic form of government provided in the Constitution? Yes, a parliamentary system is democratic. Pwede bang manak ang presidential ng parliamentary?
No, parliamentary is democratic, but it's not possible within the context of a constitutional system because within the context of our constitutional system, we are presidential.
Yes.
Okay.
No unit of government in this country can be parliamentary. It really proves that they are creating a country within a country.
Or could it be that the OPAP is thinking that the constitutional commissioners who wrote the 1987 Constitution were so lucid and luminescent that they could foresee that in the creation of the autonomous region for Muslim Mindanao, a parliamentary form of government was within their legal purview. Was that incorrect? Is that incorrect interpretation?
I think the OPAP must have taken into consideration that the president of the Philippines operates in the clouds.
Okay.
Since he's operating in the clouds, these people are also thinking that they can operate beyond the Constitution because anyhow the president of the country is talking from the clouds. But we cannot be talking from the clouds because we are here on solid earth and the solid earth is governed by the Philippine Constitution.
Okay. And then before we turn to the two gentlemen, they further explain this position, the OPAP, by saying a parliamentary system of government where the executive is formed by the legislature. So that's like a slip-in, no? Okay. And yet, Article 10, Local Government, Section 18, and this is very specific. The Congress shall enact an organic act for each autonomous regions, talking about the ARMM and the Cordillera. The organic act shall define the basic structure of government for the region consisting of the executive department. It does not say an executive. It talks of an executive department of a legislative assembly, both of which shall be elective and representative of the constituent political units. So how can it be parliamentary?
No. You know, and there is a basic problem here. I don't know what these people are talking about. Assuming that Congress will be crazy to approve this Bangsa-Moro charter or basic law, don't they know that this does not amend the Constitution?
Correct.
And therefore, when a new Congress sits in, who is saner or who is sane in comparison to the Congress that will approve the Bangsa-Moro basic law, it can be repealed by statute. So there will be more trouble.
Governor Al, why do you think the MILF and the government, the Aquino administration, has, I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of lawyers, right, crawling in Malacanang, no? Why did they agree to a parliamentary form of a new ARMM, if I might call that, a political entity?
Well, I am just a political science student at UP, basic.
Yeah, okay.
And my understanding simply, I don't have to be a lawyer.
Yes.
A presidential system can be parliamentary.
Yes.
And we are in that presidential system, as Bon already said so.
Why are they pushing for a chief minister? I mean, to be elected among just a group of, I don't want to say relative and friends and buddies, no, but why not the entire Southern Mindanao voting for the new chief minister, if that might be the term, popularly elected based on the Constitution, representative of the constituent political units? Why can't he be the father of all of Southern Mindanao?
Well, because that particular group that entered into this agreement is the MILF.
Okay. Mabait masyado ito si Governor Al talaga.
The MNLF is not even involved there.
Okay.
More so the Sultanate of Sulu and North Borneo. No?
Uh,
All we can do is just ask questions and listen to them for the answers.
Okay.
And I think there are more questions than answers here.
si A.P. Girani, you also speak for the Sultanate. Bakit pinipilit nila yung parang indirect voting? Ayaw nila na buong Southern Mindanao magkaisa at sabihin, they'll say, ito lang, this is the person that we're voting as chief minister or governor of all of the Bangsa states, if I might say that.
Well, first of all, Eric, prior to the publication of that basic law by OPAP, they knew that even in the holding of consultation in the three provinces of Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi, wala silang ginawa. They never went there, especially the leadership of the MILF, to at least ascertain the views of the people.
What did they do? They have lunch? They had late dinner with over there?
We don't, sabi ni Ka-Artela kanina, there are more questions than answers here.
Okay.
So that, because of lack of consultations, now they are in a hurry to submit it to the House of Congress, when if we would like to achieve genuine intent and spirit of the provision of the basic law, kailangan dinala muna for consultation with the people. Okay. Are these provisions of the basic law acceptable to the people? Walang ginawa.
Okay.
So, kung yan dinala doon, then a provision can be inserted, like for instance, if you have a chief minister, there must be governor general of the Bangsamoro land, for instance. Because in Sabah, for instance, there is a chief minister.
Yes, yes.
Now, parallel to that position is the governor general of Sabah, who is presently taking the place of the Sultan of Sulu. So makikita mo ang inconsistency.
What you're saying is, they are pushing for, if I might read you right, that they're pushing for a parliamentary form of government with the chief minister, is because again, this is Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya pushing for a chief minister?
That is one possibility.
Okay.
Our number two possibility is that they are pretending to the Commonwealth nations that they are for this kind of system, but they refuse to let the sultans of Lanao, of mainland Maguindanao, and the Sultanate of Sulu to participate in the process. By one day, defining their jurisdictional, ancient jurisdictional area, that you should be the Governor General of the Archipelago of Sulu for Maguindanao and Lanao.
I'm thinking very dirty, Manong, before you. I'm thinking very dirty, no? I'm sorry. I'm Chief Minister now of all of Southern Mindanao, parliamentary form of government. I'm unhappy with Imperial Manila. I'm going to use that word. I'm unhappy with Imperial Manila. I'm not happy with the Bangsamoro law that has been established. I am declaring independence and I'm joining the Confederation of Malaysia. Could that be the reason why I have to be parliamentary, so that it can be shoehorned into the Confederation of Malaysia? Is that a possibility?
That's why, Eric,
Pwede.
the present, I will answer you in this way. The present administration must at least reconsider its position for the Sultanate of Sulu.
Okay.
Because the only buffer zone to prevent that kind of happening
From happening is...
is the alternate absolute.
So tama, Manong, is that the correct... can that possibility happen?
Strong possibility, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Especially because of the rumor surrounding this particular issue. But if Pinoy wants to get the Nobel Peace Prize,
Yes.
and would like to shed away all the problems of the country by reason of Mindanao, I have a proposal for them and for them to examine. Give us Mindanaoans independence.
Okay.
Give us.
Okay.
So that we can be freed from the graft and corruption
Of
this
Imperial
national
Manila.
government, of
Okay.
Imperial Manila.
Okay.
And then so that we can reclaim Sabah
Okay.
for the Republic of Mindanao, since Pinoy has given away Sabah to Malaysia. So, that's a simple
So the Cebuanos,
solution.
so the Cebuanos can join you.
Yes, of course. You are welcome. Anytime.
But I have a legal question for you, Manong Bolon. I have a legal question for you. This law talks about a Bangsa political entity. And yet the Constitution talks about an autonomous region for Muslim Mindanao. So Bisaya una ko, pwede bang ilisda ng iring o giro? I mean, can we change the cat for a dog?
Dili mahimo.
Cannot be.
That cannot be done.
So the Constitution is very specific that it should be an autonomous region for Muslim Mindanao.
There is something wrong with their mind. I don't know. I understand that the president does not read books, but he must have read 1984 by George Orwell, where black is white and white is black, where cat is dog and dog is cat. That's the reason for this. This debacle that's happening in the country today.
Okay, so hindi pwede.
Hindi
That in itself,
pwede.
hindi pwede.
Hindi pwede.
Okay, here they're talking about the relationship between the national government and the Bangsamoro. They say asymmetric. It is asymmetric because it is distinct from the relationship between the national government and other local government units. As a lawyer, how should we, or how do you understand
You
the
know,
word
the word
asymmetric?
asymmetric is confusing.
Yes.
It's my first time to hear the word asymmetric in the legal jungle. Even the legal jungle, the asymmetric does not exist. Now, I would like to know who is the divinity that provided this word in the basic law of the Bangsamoro proposal. Because you ask many lawyers here, even the best on constitutional law are wondering, what does it mean?
Okay.
If they don't even know the meaning, how much more for us, poor creatures,
You know, Manong,
living in this planet?
even if you talk to a love expert, if he knows what is an asymmetric relationship between a man and a woman or whatever, he would not even know what is an we know what is a virtual relationship, but an asymmetric relationship is...
I would like to know from them whether an asymmetric relationship known in our area is silahis.
Okay.
Meaning, his by day and sila by night. Tell us in those terms.
Okay, we're going to pause for a few reminders, and when we come back, we'd like to focus on what comprises the so-called Bangsamoro Parliament when we return.